Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy little Wednesday. Took a little family trip to Orlando yesterday with my fam, minus my oldest son Colin, of course, because he's in Nashville, but it was nice to get away with the four of us to go up there. So my son, Cannon, and his sister, Caitlin, they went to a basketball game because my son, for whatever reason, is a big fan of the Lakers. Not sure exactly why or how that happened, but
probably because of LeBron.
Yeah, I see it.
When I first got playing, when I loved baseball in the beginning, I would just love a lot of the teams that had the star players on it for no rhyme or reason. I was a big Minnesota Twins fan. For a year.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting when you wind up liking something that's not even close to where you are and why and how you got there. Because I have heard of people that are fans of a team that's not even close to them. And my son's story, I think when he was like 8, he went on some app and it told him what teams he should like, and they're all California teams.
The other thing, too, is one player can make you love a team. That's what usually happened to me. Kirby Puckett, I love from the Minnesota Twins.
Right.
I didn't live in Minnesota, but I loved the way he played the game, so I loved the Twins that year.
Yeah, I was the same way with the Mets for a while there. I loved how they did cocaine.
Oh, Virginia would have loved the 1986 Mets. They were a bunch of partiers. They were just, people couldn't believe their antics, and they went and won the whole fucking thing with attitude and style.
I love it.
Yeah.
In your face, sobriety.
Even if you were not a sports or a baseball fan, if they did a documentary on those guys, you would enjoy it because it was that insane.
Yeah, they were pretty interesting dudes. So there you go. So did that and back today. And today is the older twins' birthday.
Aww.
So Colin and Caitlin, they're 27 today. So happy birthday to them.
Happy birthday, kids.
Yeah. So
27?
Yeah, 27.
Holy crud balls.
Insane, right?
That doesn't feel right.
I know. It really doesn't, does it?
You old?
I know. Yeah, when your kids are now aging out of their 20s, you're like, wait, what?
No kidding.
Gosh, that is pretty insane. So, yeah, so we got festivities. It's kind of interesting on a week like this because my wife and Cannon, they're off because of spring break. And so the house is just kind of chaos. Like normally when I go home, I have the house to myself. You can focus, you can get your work done. But now it's calamity.
Is part of you uncozy?
Well, I mean, there's part that's fun. It's nice to spend time with them, and it's all good. But, you know, already a tight schedule and just getting everything you need to get done is a little bit trickier because you're trying to spend a little bit of time with them but still kind of do your work. So I take my laptop with me.
You don't want to seem like I don't care about my family dad.
Yeah, so I try to do a little bit of both. I try to get done the work I got to do, and then
You get the work done, but you fake the dad stuff.
yeah, that's kind of it.
Going through the motions.
Kind of like I am with everything. I'm kind of half doing something else and just kind of, yeah, right. Yeah. That's basically my life, not fully engaged.
Is it because it's noisy there or they want to spend time with you? What's the most distracting?
It's a little bit of both. So, yeah, Cannon will be playing video games and he'll be talking to his friends and they'll be screaming and yelling. The queen will be like, hey, let's go do this or like that. So it's a mix of Cannon and his noise and just other things that they want to do.
Do your kids know not to fuck around with you, Virginia? If you're getting your beauty rest, do they know, oh shit, we better be quiet?
They know that nap time, you don't fuck around.
Yeah, I know that.
Nap time, you do not fuck around. Now, other times, they don't care. But nap time, they understand.
I called Virginia during nap time once, and she answered. And
What the fuck do you want?
It sounded like the devil.
Oh, yeah.
This better be important.
Well, she knew if I was calling, it had to have been something, so she kind of had to answer it. But I'm like, oh, shit, I think this is the...
You were in the window.
I was in the window.
So how do you do it then? Do you have your phone ring Or do you have it silenced?
Usually it's silenced.
Okay.
And I put it on the floor so that, I have carpet in my bedroom and the floor absorbs the vibration. And for some reason, I had left it on my nightstand when Jay-Bird called. And so it was just vibrating on a glass top nightstand.
And look, what's important to me may not be important to y'all.
I was like, Jay-Bird, who gives a fuck that dinosaurs are on sale right now at Temu?
Do you have that turkey costume? I could, it was something not at all important.
I'm going to find that turkey costume and shove it up your ass.
Something that easily could have waited.
It could have. I just, I had costumes on the brain.
It's fine.
Yeah, I hear you.
Look, if I answer, I wasn't that deep in sleep anyway.
Well, I'm always afraid to text Denny's at a certain point because I don't want to wake him up. He's like, dude, I keep it on silent at a certain point. So you can always text me. When you go to bed, do you put your phone on silent?
My phone's always on silent. Yeah, I never have it on anything other than just the regular vibrate.
So you train yourself to constantly look down to see if there's messages and...
Yeah, I will. That's the trade-off is you have to kind of look periodically, just say, okay, did I get anything important? But then, the best part is you don't get the phone ringing when you're on the show or trying to sleep or other times like that.
Yeah, I can't do that, though, because I have people that I've told, okay, call me at 2 o'clock or call me at 4 o'clock or, yeah, I can do that. You got to call me at 3 o'clock. So if I don't put my phone on ringing, I won't hear it and I'll miss like all these things I'm supposed to do.
So what I do for that, because I'll have, for instance, calls or, things like that you got to do. So then what I do is I set a timer and then it'll give me an alert. And so it'll pop up on my phone screen that, hey, you have this. And I usually do a 30-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute countdown.
Time to masturbate.
Yeah, so I get visuals.
Got my notification.
Yeah.
Tug time.
Yeah.
Tug time. You got to make sure you're tugging. It keeps you sane.
Like babies need tummy time. Daddies need tuggy time.
Tuggy time.
Everyone needs a little tug.
Yeah, they do. They actually came out with a stat on masturbation.
Oh, tell us everything.
I will. And I'm surprised that the number, does this seem low or high to you? They say 36% of men and 9% of women report having masturbated at least once a week in the past year. That means you don't miss a week.
That is such low numbers.
I thought that too.
Come on now. People are... They didn't ask me for my vote.
Right.
Where's my numbers
I was
at?
like, so I'm thinking, gosh, what an animal I am. 36% of men, 9% of women?
No, that's wrong. First of all, that is... The days of women don't masturbate or watch porn, those days are over.
Yeah.
That egg is broken. It's more than 9%, and it's definitely more than 30+% of guys are only tugging at once a week.
36%. Well, they would
Offended.
miss. Yeah, they would miss a week or be like, oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about it. It's been 3 weeks or it's been a month.
I mean, maybe if they're counting old people that just don't want to do it no more, but man, there's a lot of old people that still love to tug it.
I hear you, yeah.
He knows because he watches them in their window.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're factoring in.
Yeah.
How do you know that old people tug it?
Well, just because when you watch some of those crime shows where, like the Chris Hansen shows where people are trying to show up to meet underage kids, so many of these fucking creepos are in their 70s. They still have a drive. They're still, so clearly something's driving them. That,
Gotcha.
that at least in my opinion,
They yearn.
they yearn for. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think some people do it for prostate health and other reasons too.
Well, they say you should jerk it
Yeah.
to keep yourself breathing.
That's all the justification I needed.
Keep yourself away from the urn. But dudes definitely masturbate more than women, for
If
sure.
you need to multitask, Kevin, go for it. I know how busy you
I
are.
am, you're right.
Take it out on the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, I have prepped and tugged at the same time.
Oh, we believe that.
Let's get me a good story. What a great bit.
Why is this prep sticky?
Wouldn't that be crazy if we found out that Ralston, he was the guy that really tugged like 13 times a day? He was obsessed with tugging it.
Yeah, then I would have to definitely do some multitasking. When I'm on that conference call and I turn off my camera, you might know why. Try not to be Jeffrey Toobin. You ever heard that story? The dude from CNN?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Gosh.
like, dude, man, you couldn't just keep it in your pants right
Dude,
before a meeting?
Even of all the monsters that got to tug it, be like, I'm on a call, man. This, like, do I have to do it right now?
I mean, even let's say your meeting is an hour away. You still can't hold off an hour before the meeting for tugging it?
yeah, that's what I
Dude.
thought. I'm like, there's just so much that could go wrong, and not to mention, too, I mean, you're on with coworkers and whatnot, and maybe he was tugging it to a coworker, but then that opens that conversation.
And we're no fuddy-duddies. We are pro-tug it,
Yeah.
but let's go. What are you, a
There's
monster?
still boundaries, yeah.
We want you to tug. We just don't want you to tug on a damn Zoom with your whole entire office.
Yeah, don't ruin it for everybody.
Dude.
But that's got to be the most humiliating thing.
Yeah. Oh, for him to, and then he was on regular daytime broadcasts, and they brought it up. And he's like, yeah. I was like, God, and he had to kind of, pun intended, come clean.
Look, if you get caught tugging it on a Zoom, you better be prepared to answer some questions.
It's just, yeah, you gotta pay the price at that
It's
point.
going to pop up in conversation.
It's gonna pop up. It might get hard.
Yeah,
It might get sticky.
It might.
it's just crazy. It's the way it goes. Astor said, I was listening to the ATS, and Virginia was talking about how Rocco walked in while her and Panda were trying to get busy. But I got one question. Don't you have locks on your door, woman?
See, we were by the shredder.
Oh, so that's downstairs, right?
We were downstairs in the den because we knew Rocco was upstairs in the bathroom. And we figured, okay, he's taking a shower. He's going number 2. He's doing all his things.
Yeah.
So he's going to be up there for 20 minutes.
Boy, this story's already so hot. Shredder cam. Rocco was taking a shit.
Yeah.
Panda tried to get it in.
He got it in. It wasn't in long.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Were you here for that story?
No, he wasn't here.
I thought it was. Wasn't I?
No, I just told it because it just happened.
You might have told it on Monday. Did you
Did I
tell
tell
her?
it on Monday?
I can't remember.
I felt like I heard
I
it.
thought you heard it.
Either that or just, somehow I just telepathically picked it up. I mean, we are that in tune.
I thought I told him on ATS yesterday.
I can't remember. It all blurs.
It
but
is blurry.
Okay.
I asked the question. That's why I didn't think you were here. But didn't you say Rocco kind of understood what was going on?
Rocco was a little bit like, oh my gosh, what did I just walk in on? Like, he looked nervous and flushed and blushed, and
Oh, wow.
he was like,
That's-
what
wow.
are you guys doing?
Because
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. And, well, gosh, Virginia, what did you then say?
Panda sent him on a fool's errand really quick and said, go get me this. I need something. So he went to go get it, and we put ourselves back together, but sat in the same position.
Oh, and you're a great actor, so I'm sure that.
The best.
You couldn't tell a thing was going on.
Because there's levels of it being horrifying. It could be, all right, I saw mom and dad. Mom was kind of on top, but they had their clothes on. And then there's you walking in and your parents are naked and mom's getting it from behind.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't that.
But there's levels of this shit that can really stay with a kid.
Panda seems to think that Rocco didn't figure it out.
Oh, denial. Panda's going with the denial part.
Panda's lying to himself.
Oh, wow. So he thinks that you guys are in the free and clear.
Yes.
But that's got to, because there's parents out there that their kid walked in when they were full, like in the most
compromising.
Yes, and that's got to be very tough.
Yeah.
That's different, in my opinion, than what Rocco walked in on.
I agree.
Because there's levels of this thing.
Yeah.
If I would have walked in and saw my parents,
69.
oh my gosh.
As much as you love 69, your dad had to love it too. It's a generational thing passed down from father to son.
I am my father's son, so I mean,
It's in your DNA.
I can't help it.
It's in your 23andMe.
But yeah, that would have rocked me. Oh my gosh, that would have rocked me. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. And I heard somebody on a podcast talking the other day that I guess they make instructional videos for tugging it.
They make instructional videos for everything,
Really?
including 69ing.
I always just thought that was a skill that you just kind of figured out on your own. And the guy was trying to justify. I was like, well, I didn't grow up with a dad. And the people were like going, you think that's what dads teach their kids?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, my dad never showed me how to tug it.
I figured it out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that was just one of those things that every boy in America figured out. I mean, what dad is going to pull their kid aside and be like, hey, if you do this to your wanker son, it's going to feel really good.
Other than
Well, wait for it.
Cousin Eddie from Vacation.
Cousin Eddie from Vacation.
I thought, doesn't he teach his son or something about bopping the baloney in that movie Vacation?
In the original?
Yeah, I thought Cousin.
If any movie character teaches about masturbation, it's going to be Cousin Eddie.
Or maybe they're talking. No, you know what? I'm getting it confused. The girls talk about French kissing, and Audrey goes, "Well, everyone does that." She goes, "Yeah, but Daddy tells me I'm the best at it."
Yeah, that's what the joke was. That's what the joke was.
That's rough.
Cousin Eddie. Good God.
Yeah, because otherwise I think that we'd all be able to figure that one out. Now, I remember I caught a little bit of what you guys were talking about yesterday, and it was going into a world I know, the hormone replacement therapy for women. I think it was. It was a cooter shot, right?
Yeah, the O
shot.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking a lot of questions.
They were doing this at Begin Anew.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend went and had it done to keep up with her man. And
because he's on the testosterone, right?
Exactly.
And so it's increased his sex drive, and so he's wanting it, but hers hasn't increased. So she's like, I got to get on board.
Right.
But the one, maybe you could answer this, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a person, let's say Virginia, she's not really into sex. Then all of a sudden she gets that shot that she's talking about. Can that stuff make a person that was not really into sex into a tomcat?
You know, speaking for women, I don't know. For guys, I can tell you it does up your sex drive by a good bit. In fact, when I took it in my 30s for the first time, that was the thing I noticed, man. I was just getting random hard-ons all the time like I was in high school.
Really?
Yep.
What did it look like?
Dick, hard. Typical. You're typical run-of-the-mill
Can you
hard-on.
recreate it for us for KVJ TV?
I was going to draw it.
He's going to freehand draw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just your regular run-of-the-mill boner.
But wouldn't you say, though, weren't you always kind of, when you were younger, and even in your 20s and 30s, wouldn't you say you kind of had a tomcat? You were horny. It didn't make you extra horny is what I'm asking.
Yeah, but that's what it felt like. I was 14 years old type horny.
Wow.
Where you're just like, good heavens, where is this coming from? And I got some interesting stirrings going on down there.
You want to be like Jaybird and hump the sofa?
I was so young. I mean, good God, I was just exploring myself. Just trying to figure it out myself. I was 5 or 6.
Hey, you wouldn't be the first kid that's humped a sofa.
Exactly. Thank you. And that sofa was hot as shit.
Yeah. Twitter Sarah said that if you have any questions, because I'm not sure, because I know Virginia's not done it, and I don't know what it's like for women, but she has done the hormone replacement therapy. So if you have questions, Bird, I believe we might have some answers. Hello, Sarah.
Hey, guys. Happy Hump Day. This is an appropriate topic.
Oh.
This is perfect. A great day for this.
So you did the hormone replacement or you did the O shot?
No, I did not do the O shot. I currently do the hormone replacement. Also, if you hear a doggy barking, my dog is so old and blind, and he's always trying to find me, so he'll settle down in a moment.
Aww.
So I currently do HRT, hormone replacement therapy. I get a little pellet placed under, like subdermal, right under the skin on my butt cheek every 5 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So also the fun thing about mine, not that it's fun, but I had very early detected breast cancer a few years ago. So a lot of times they say, if you've had breast cancer, you shouldn't be doing hormone replacement therapy. And luckily, my stuff is great. I was on a pill form of chemo for 3 years. Everything is great. And between my care team and my doctor who does my hormone therapy, they're just watching me really closely every 6 months. And they actually put an estrogen blocker in my pellet so then I don't have that risk of the cancer added in, which is great.
Oh, okay.
But the benefits about it have been immeasurably successful. So for example, I have polycystic ovaries, and that's actually really common in women. And it causes not only super low libido, but you have just naturally very low testosterone, very low estrogen, or sometimes the opposite, a lot of estrogen, not a lot of testosterone. And when I was going through all of my blood work and stuff, they noticed that my testosterone was like at the level of like an 80-year-old woman, and I was only 34. And I was like, well, at least we know there's a real reason I'm not wanting to have sex. It's not really just because I'm being lazy. It's because I genuinely just don't have the drive for it. And as most men, my husband is super, super, you know, touchy-feely. His love language is physical touch, and he happens to be a very physically fit, active guy and loves to have sex with his wife. So I wanted to kind of figure out how I could meet those needs, because I felt bad. You know, he was always patient. Like, it's not that I didn't think he was bonable. I just didn't have the urge all the time. So after the first pellet placement, I'd say within 2 weeks, I felt like I was 16 and had like just started to crush on my husband.
Oh, wow.
And it was like magical. And he, like, listen, no complaints. I think he sent my doctor like 13 thank you cards, but it's been really good, not only for like that part of our marriage, but for me as a woman, I feel like I did at 21, not like I do postpartum with 2 special needs kids, running a business. Like, I just have better sleep, no migraines, and I just feel normal. I don't feel like I'm constantly having to drink coffee all the time and like try to keep up with sleep.
Yeah.
Man, that's good for you, girl.
What I've noticed that I feel like, again, and look, I've really prioritized sleep, and I've done other things as well, but since I started on it again, you ever have that day where you start off, you're like, I feel well rested, I'm good to go.
I want to slam my coworker down.
Yeah, that's right.
And bang them.
That's right. I ain't taking any shit from anybody. Super Pie, fuck that guy.
And you're feeling horny too, Kevin.
It's helped that. Yeah, I gotta tell you, you feel like a younger version of yourself. Like you got all kinds of life in you. So it's interesting that I'm glad to hear that you're getting the same kind of response. Glad you talked about the blockers, because that is the one thing about some people have hesitance saying, well, is it going to increase my risk of cancer? But if you have everything balanced and you're watching everything right, you should be in the free and clear. It should be an issue.
And that's just I'm sorry, Sarah.
Go ahead, Bird. You're good. Go for it.
I was going to say, and you're not even doing the O thing. Imagine if you were to add
On
the
top
O
of it,
thing.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
If I was doing the O thing, I would probably be winning like awards in porn industry. I mean, there would be like I'm telling you, I can't imagine. And mine's lower on the estrogen. Like I can't imagine people that are getting it full-fledged. Now, the crazy thing too about my breast cancer is they found it. I went in for emergency kidney surgery, and because I'm only 5 feet, the CAT scan happened to show the large lump in my breast. I had no clue.
Wow.
No family history,
wow.
nothing. And I was going into kidney surgery, and the radiologist came out, and he was like, wait a second, I just have a question. He was like asking me if we have breast cancer, and I was like, no. And my mom, who is a nurse, she kind of got like a hearing of and she's like, why is the kidney doctor checking your breast? And I was like, no, that's not what's going on. Don't worry. But it ended up, being a lump. I got a biopsy. The biopsy ended up being negative. They did tons of genetic testing. That all came back negative. And I went back to my doctor in 2 months, and he was like, look, this thing's growing. It doesn't look great. I just want to take it out. He took it out, did a biopsy when it was out of my body, or sent it to pathology, and it came back with cancer cells.
Whoa.
So if he didn't follow his gut, it would have been quite a different story, because I probably wouldn't have had a mammogram until I was 40.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely never too early to get imaging done. And I don't have insurance. Like, speaking from, I know people are like, oh, well, what if you don't have insurance? There are so many great breast clinics and women's programs that will be funded that you can just go get a mammogram just to make sure you're okay.
Okay. That's great information.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, Sarah. Appreciate it.
Oh, you guys are so welcome. Have a great Wednesday.
You too.
Okay.
We love you.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Love you.
I just love learning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very interesting to hear someone's journey, and wow, thank goodness the kidney doctor saw the lump in her breast.
But also, too, it kind of, because I've heard other people talk about this before going, it's not that I don't want to have sex with my mate. I don't know. I'm just tired, or I don't have the drive.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm turned off by him. And it sounds like this could be a game changer for some people who have tried everything and nothing's working.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
No, I think my treatments, what I do, I think it's like $75 a month.
For all that horniness.
Yeah, for all that. Yeah, so
It's $4 a boner.
I spent that just on that nowadays bottle, that weed liquid.
Right. Well,
You know what I mean?
Well,
Did you get laid?
Well, I mean,
yeah. But the thing that I will tell you is I also spend a ton more money on vitamins, and I don't know that vitamins do any good for my body. That's one of those things that I just, in good faith, I keep doing it. I'm hedging my bets. And I've even heard conflicting information about taking vitamins with, many people saying, dude, just eat good food and you're fine. You don't need any other. That's the best way of absorption. And yet I still do it. So if you had to do either the vitamins or the hormone replacement stuff, if you are feeling yourself, you got the brain fog, low energy, all that kind of stuff, or you're just not horny anymore, it's a better investment to me to go to the hormone than the vitamins, because I can tell you, I always feel the effects of the hormone replacement.
So I remember you bringing up the vitamin thing. I just went through all kinds of tests with my blood work and everything because of my hip stuff. And I asked the doctor, I go, are vitamins horse shit or is there something to them? And she said, no, they're legit. Take the vitamins. They're good for you. Make sure you're taking your B12, all that. I mean, she stood by it, but is that something she has to say? Because that's the way of the world. That's how it's been for so long.
I've talked to a lot of medical professionals, and I seem to get a different answer every time I ask. And I think is their own preference. Dietitians seem to be more about the food. Doctors, a little bit more about the vitamins. And I don't know why that is. So that just seems to be my own personal experience. And it's not an extensive study, but I would say I've probably talked to 3 separate doctors, probably 3 separate dietitians. Dietitians lend on the side of, minimal effect. You pee off a lot of the effects of what you get on the vitamins is what I typically hear. And then doctors always like, make sure you're taking the vitamin D and the vitamin B and all that stuff.
But don't you feel better too psychologically going, I'm making myself healthier by taking these magic vitamins? Psychologically, you feel like you're doing something good for your body.
You do, and that's a big part of it for me. And it's psychosomatic. I think a lot of times where I take it and I'm feeling like that way. My biggest thing is trying to never get sick. I just don't want to miss any time in life. And so I keep doing it. I do the vitamin C and the zincs and all that kind of stuff every single day. And I don't get sick hardly ever. And so that is my vindication for spending the money I do on vitamins.
You zinc that shit up?
I don't do zinc. I do a lot of other things. Zinc is one of the ones I don't do. I did during COVID.
You eat lentils? I never. I'll talk to you later.
Do you like the color blue?
I do eat 5 prunes a day. My newest healthcare person got me eating 5 prunes a day. I'm telling you, this is good.
That shredder story just got even hotter.
Make it quick, Pen. Mama got a shit.
Raging Cajuns feeling something from down under.
Don't go in the wrong hole.
Do not know.
We've already covered that. No one's going to that thing.
I'm not down to clown. Not at this age. We're not picking that up.
No brown, no clown.
She's not, nothing with the brown round. No.
We're not picking up some new habits. No.
New habits.
No.
Based on an email I got here from Rhonda, she got stoned and was listening on March 10th, 2 hours, 20 minutes into the show when Kev was doing his rant on roundabouts. I thought he was fucking with me because he said roundabout so many times. She broke it down, went back and listened again. I said roundabouts 49 times. 49 times.
You must have really been pissed.
What was going on? 49 times? I said roundabout?
I remember you were really legit mad about the roundabout.
I was.
You're in it too hard.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it's funny stuff there. So if you want to go back for a segment, set up your friend and play a drinking game with the show. Go find that segment where I'm ranting about roundabouts on March 10th. Like, let's do a drink every time somebody says roundabouts, because Virginia said it 8 times, Jaybird said it twice, and our listener Harold said it another 2 times. So, I mean,
You will be bombed.
You're looking at 61 total times, they say.
I respect the homework, the
Yeah,
research.
61 drinks you would be taking if you did that.
That's amazing that she counted. I am so impressed.
But she had any stone to do it.
Oh, my God.
She's like paranoid. Like, oh, is
Is
he
he just-
trying to make me go crazy?
Yeah. You think, like, am I hearing that right? Or...
Kev's fucking with us.
Yeah.
Kevin's fucking with me.
That's funny. Wow.
That's awesome.
And she says, thank you for keeping your show fun and politics free. Thank you. It's a nice escape from the insanity that is taking place right now.
You'll hear insanity here, but it won't be political.
We're doing our best. By
Every
gosh.
now and then there'll be something that dances in there.
Yes. Tough to stay away
But
from.
we're doing our best, y'all.
Yeah.
It's free.
What do you want? Keep your receipt and get your money back.
We make an attempt. At least know that. And Becky had a thought on Twin Peaks with the email we got. This girl today in the KVJ court was a little upset that every day for lunch her boyfriend goes to Twin Peaks, and what kind of set her off was he went the other day without any of the guys from work. And I think in her mind she's thinking, okay, is there like some waitress there that he's going to see? Like, why would you then go? Maybe he's just a creature of habit, blah, blah, blah. But then when she kind of called him on it, he did the old gaslighting thing, like going, who even would care? Why is that such a deal? And then we found out with Virginia's extreme take that you are not dateable if you eat at the same place every day, which I did not realize that was a thing.
It's a little psychotic.
She hijacked your topic and completely changed it.
Well, that's the thing I love about Virginia. You never know. Like, I'm always like going, well, I think Virginia will take it there or Jaber will take it there. That's the thing. After 26 years, you motherfuckers still surprise the shit out of me because I didn't see that one coming.
Because I was surprised, too.
Yeah.
Me and you both kind of...
Sometimes I correctly predict. I'm like, I knew they were going to go there, but that one I didn't see.
You cannot eat at the same place every day.
The easier the game, the worse it's going to be for you. Just know that.
Yeah, you're right. I have noticed that correlation. It is odd because I think it through. I'm like going, okay, this is going to be
no way
seamless.
they can fuck this
is
up.
going to be seamless. And then we get into it like going, how the fuck is this not working?
Nothing but seams.
Nothing but seams. Is there where I go, there's a seam. She said, if you're in a relationship with someone and you tell them you feel insecure about their behavior, if they care about you and respect you, they will change their behavior. I want to sit and marinate on that statement here for a second because I will go in with you a bit on it, but I don't think that you can take that to the extreme level. If you are in a relationship with someone and you tell them you feel insecure about their behavior, if they care about you and respect you, they will change their behavior. I will say yes sometimes, but it depends upon the situation. It depends upon the frequency. And I'll tell you, in my own relationship, I pick my moments because I don't want everything to be a thing. And I have been in relationships where everything was a thing. And they're going, I don't want you doing this, and then I don't want you doing that, and I don't want you to... No. So to me, pick your moments and your battles.
Also, too, you don't want to go to war all the time. It's just not good for your
It wears you
psyche.
down. That is very damaging for a relationship. So I would not put a blanket statement on that. That if you care and if they care and respect you, they will change their behavior. It depends upon the situation and how many times are you asking. If it's rare and it comes at it and you have a sensible approach to it, I'm like, okay, I can see that. I will respect you and I don't want you to feel insecure. But if you're coming to me once a week with, okay, what now? No.
I'm insecure
No.
when you don't do cocaine. You got to do cocaine right now. Well, I don't want to do cocaine.
You're doing it.
Oh, you're making me insecure.
Becky says that they argue with you and say that you are unhinged because your feelings are hurt. They don't care about you. When someone really loves you, they don't want to hurt you, even if they don't understand your feelings or agree. They can still show their loyalty to you by respecting your insecurities and being kind to you. He picked Twin Peaks or whoever is there when you asked him to pick you. Sorry, your feelings are hurt, but he's telling you exactly where you stand. You should listen and move on. So, yeah, I think in that instance, I am there with you, Becky. I just think that's a tough blanket statement.
It is, because every situation is different.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, on that, she may not be so in the wrong.
Well, what if you're with somebody that everything you do makes them feel insecure? So now you have to change your complete life because they don't like anything you do because they're insecure.
That's where
it's a
you
dangerous game.
That's where you'd have to say, be like, all right, stop. We got to understand how this relationship's going to work. You get a few asks that I will consider. But if everything is an ask and everything is out of bounds in my life, then that's not a life. This is a prison sentence.
And there really are people like that.
There are, no doubt. That's why I'm thinking of that extreme person in mind, and you got to say, nah, can't apply in every situation because people will take advantage of it, and they'll try to curtail your life and behavior way too much. Drew said, I want to see if you guys found this ironic. I went to vote for your bracket for the best annual South Florida events, and I know you guys have said no math on the show, but to test to see if I'm a robot, your damn bracket gave me a math problem. What is 32 plus 76? So I thought you said no math. You're right. That's a good point. I didn't know we required math, and we should not.
108.
How a computer is going to ask you if you're a robot, and the computer is a motherfucking robot?
Yeah,
Robots
exactly.
and robots.
It is an odd
it's
question.
a very odd juxtaposition. You a robot.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I thought that before, too.
Perhaps we're all robots from a certain point of view.
Is that your ending signature? Was that
So deep.
I'm trying to figure what that move was over there. Jaybird, he made a point. He just wanted.
I wanted to forget that I made that comment, so I could try to do something else.
I like that move, though. I think that's a good signing off on it. I've signed off on that. I've endorsed it. Sandy said, can you please send out a big congratulations on my son Tyler and his new fiancee Maddie? They've been together 6 years, and they went to Red Rock in Colorado. He asked. She said yes. So excited for them to live happily ever after. Yeah, that's really cool. That's kind of a cool place to do it, too. Red Rock is probably the most badass amphitheater in America.
Oh, I think, I know what you're talking about. It is very cool.
Very, very freaking cool. Yeah, it's just like Red Rocks is that's kind of like the stands that you're sitting in, and it's kind of like on top of a mountain. I went there when I was in Denver. There was no show going on, so I haven't even been there for a show, but we went there just to check it out, and I was like, it's badass, and they had a really cool-ass restaurant that was attached to it. And this was years ago, but they were serving bison burgers before bison had come back in style. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a cool-ass little place. Denver's a cool town, so that's a great place to do it.
Yeah, Danny speaks very, very highly of Colorado. Just the overall state. He said it's just a nice state.
Cool vibes. Yeah, it is. It's a very cool state. Absolutely. And Kelly from Jensen Beach said, I'm driving and listening to you guys since I started driving. Now I'm a mom in my 30s, so she's been listening for quite a while. And her daughter Piper is competing in Daytona at a dance competition this Saturday. And her solo dance is the one and only Inspector Gadget theme song.
No way. Boom, boom.
She kind of just went off on her own.
You're out of the band.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Go, Virginia,
She's like,
go.
if you're like a jam band, all of a sudden that one person just takes off riffing, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing?
That does happen.
We didn't agree on this.
I'm an artist.
We didn't agree to that, Virginia.
You did make it your own.
Yeah, you did. Took it in a different direction. But yeah, she said that that was so cool. It made her very excited to hear you guys were talking about it. She's also a big fan of the show. Raised her right.
Love it.
Aww. I hope she does great at her dance competition.
That's
There
a
she
good
is.
song to do it to, too. It grooves.
It is.
That's a great song.
Yeah, that's her Inspector Gadget costume.
I love it.
I know. I've been ever since you've been talking about Inspector Gadget. I get all these notices on my eBay of this doll is now $10 less because I was looking at them.
I watched a couple episodes with Rocco. It kind of still slaps.
Oh, that's because you're old. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I put it up on the TV. YouTube's got a bunch of Inspector Gadget.
I thought Scooby Doo still kind of held up. And I'm new into Scooby Doo. I thought it was very cozy to watch.
That is a good question if it still holds up because my twins were raised on it. And I love that. We used to always, when we put them in the tub together, we put on Scooby-Doo Mysteries, the old school, and I loved it, and they seemed to like it at a young age. I don't know about my youngest, so Cannon, if he would like it.
It seems even just watching through baby Lachlan's eyes, when they're real super young, I think you can get away with old shitty content that it moves kind of slow. As long as it's got sounds and it's got colors. I mean, he loves Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay,
but will he like that at age 8?
Right.
I think that movie still holds up. I love that movie.
Yeah. And I got an email from Kimberly, said my son Evan has met almost all of you. Got Virginia at the Crawfish Festival.
Woohoo!
Denny's at, I'm not sure where, Bird at a location. Still got to get me, which we will hopefully do that here, Evan, if...
That's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of neat. Yeah, they got my face right there. But Yeah, we've got coming up, Crawfish Festival's coming. We got an Italian Fest in Wellington. We got a Crawfish Festival that's coming up, so I know I'm booked to be out at a couple fests.
Yeah, this Saturday is the Wellington Italiana Fest. Festa Italiana.
Will you be out there at that one?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
We're all booked.
All three of us are.
All three of us.
Zoinks!
Yeah.
Not have that on my calendar.
No. Just finding out about it, huh?
You'll be there.
I will.
Yeah.
Be there.
So that's this Saturday, the 29th. And then, next Saturday, April 5th, that's the Crawfish Fest.
Yeah, they got me booked there from 5 to 7 p.m. I trust that's the same time for you guys?
Yes.
For what, Crawfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be helping with the announcer for the snack pack.
Sweet.
6P.
Okay.
You are the low-budget Michael Buffer.
Okay.
You're
all right.
going on stage and you're introducing the
I'm Michael
snack
Fluffer.
pack. You're Michael Fluffer. You gotta blow Bigfoot.
Hello, everybody.
You do have to blow half the stack.
You should
Not
blow.
blow. He's got to get us hard, ready to go. That's what a fluffer
You know,
does.
if your entire group walks out with hard-ons on stage, what just happened? Michael Fluffer's here. I just gave everyone erections.
Man, he's good at sucking.
Let's get ready to cumble.
I suck so they don't. That's my mantra. So, yeah. By the way, don't let your kid hear this segment.
Too late.
Yeah, gosh. You probably go, hey, listen, they're talking about you. Like, oh, no.
Turn it off.
Oh, my God.
Turn it off quick.
Oh, my God. Run for the... Oh, gosh. All right. So plenty of chance to see KVJ. Go vote for the best South Florida events. That got hit hard, and that really swung the voting just today. You got through the show on Thursday, kvjshow.com. Hit it and enjoy.